Hello guys, I welcome you back to lesson 4 of our series of lessons on HTML and CSS. Today we're going to have some fun with the list tag and the table tag. The name still remains John D. Watson. So from the previous lesson, we worked on a simple biography. Today we are going to have some fun with the list tag and the table tag. So the list tag, as you can see here, is the ones at the top and the table tags below. So basically, there are two types of lists. We have the order list and we have the unordered list. So the order list basically takes this form, like it's in order 1 2 3 4 A B C D I V in that format. The unordered list is actually bulleted, as you can see from here. Okay, so the difference between the ordered list and unordered list is basically this tags here, this one, and that. That's the only difference. That's the big difference between the ordered and the unordered list. Okay, when it comes to the table tag, as you can see from the simple table created here, we have three columns, 1 2 3, and we have 5 rows, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, the top row is the header, and these ones are just the row where the data is. Okay, so in the table tag here, as we can see, the table tag surrounds the whole code itself, and then we can have a header here and we have the body. Okay, so within the header is where we have the number, the continent, and the country. Okay, and we have, yeah, exactly, and then we have rows here. So this one row and this one row and this one row, exactly as at the top. All right, so before I continue to confuse you, let's get over to brackets and have some fun there. All right, so my bracket. Okay, so once you open bracket, just right click here, click on file, and type, name it, maybe list.html, press enter. Okay, so let's add a basic markup here. H head body, see. Okay, let's add a title. So let's do a list of favorite books. So let's say H2 and say favorites books. Okay, all right, let's preview it and see how it looks like. Well, it's showing. Oh, my spelling was wrong, but we need a title here, so let's add a title there. Say my favorites books. Okay, now let's say H4 and say H4 and say below a list of my favorites books. Okay, so let's add a list. Let's use the UL first and say think and grow rich. That's one of my favorite, all-time favorite books. And then we have building a story brand, a book I read recently. Let's say Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all-time favorite for most people I know. Let's add Stephen Covey's awesome book, The 7 Habits of highly effective people. Okay, so now we can see that the list is bulleted. All right, so let's add the order list actually, but let's copy just here and add it. Now we have this one is ordered. Okay, another thing we can do is also we can change the type the type here. Let's say Dix. Let's say square, right? Let's say square, circle. All right, let's leave it circle. And this one too, let's change the type and say A or I. Okay, let's leave it like this. All right, now let's create our table using the table tags. The table, first have a table, and then we can have a T head. All right, and let's create a first column, TH, let's say number. Let's add another column and say books or book. Let's add another column and say author. Okay, all right. Now let's add the table body, T body, and say let's add a row. Okay, and let's add a table data. So the first column, we give it number 1 for this row, and the first column, the first book is Think and Grow Rich. Okay, the author of Think and Grow Rich is Napoleon Hill. So let's add another row, T row, and say add a TD 2, and then we add the name of the book, Building a Story Brand. And the name of the author, Donald Miller. Okay. Add another table row and say number 3, TD 3, and then we add the book. The 7 habits. Okay, let's add a rich dad, poor dad, and the author, Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, Robert and what's the name of the lady? Sharon. Okay, let's add another row. Let's say TD. The book name is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, so basically this is how you create a table. This is a basic way to create a table. I'm sure you'll get the idea. But for us, you can look here. You can see from here there are no borders. So let's head over to the table tag and add border. Border. Okay, and we say 1. If you add 0, there'll be no border. So 1 can add 2. Okay. So I'll leave it at 1. We can give it a width. Let's open that, maximize this browser and see. You see how wide it is. Let's give it a width and say maybe 50%. So that it takes 50% of the screen. 50%. Let's widen and see. Okay, takes 50%. So let's leave it at that. So this is the basic idea of a list, the order list, the unordered list, and also the table. All right, so let's go to the previous lesson, what we created, and then change this from the order list to another list. Let's just change here from UL to base color. All right, you get the idea. So thank you very much for your time with me. If you did enjoy this, kindly subscribe. And if you have questions, kindly comment. Thank you very much. See you again in lesson 5. Bye-bye.